Nation's #1 DJ, DJ Rockwell.
Yo, this is Apocalypse, the lyrical warner, hip-hop revelator. And you rockin' with the nation's #1 DJ, DJ Rockwell, you understand me?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live for our live recording of the Rockwell Radio Show, and I present to you my big brother, your brother, DJ Rockwell.
Salam alaikum. Come on now, this is the first live taping on the Rockwell Radio Show. Y'all can do better than that now. Come on now. I mean, we are live right here at the Project Torchlight Community Center in College Park, Georgia. The best food is right next door at a.k.a. Cafe. If you haven't had their salmon burger, you are doing yourself a disservice. That's right. I mean, go and get that. So please, one more time, make some noise for a.k.a. Cafe and Torchlight. We want to also keep that applause going for our sponsors, Voice of a Nation, the Nation Station 193.0, DJ's Day Out family. We want to thank all of those who have donated to help make this event possible. Y'all, I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm anxious all at the same time because this hasn't been done before. Me and Dave started out 3 years ago to do something that we just wanted to pay tribute to the two things that we love the most. The teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad that saved our life, and hip-hop culture music that raised us, that motivated us, that moved us. We decided, why not take those two passions and put them together and make something that perhaps somebody else can get the same benefit that we got. So that's why the Rockwell Radio Show exists. So let me tell you, and keep going. Man, there's so much to talk about real quick. We want to thank all of our supporters. We want to thank all of those who have donated to make this event happen today. And 100 episodes didn't come easy. We have talked to some of the best, the brightest, the smartest, some of the greatest helpers of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan have been on this stage. And tonight will be no different. We're going to be meeting some of the greatest helpers here in the Atlanta area that the minister has to help talk about the subject, holding hip-hop accountable. And we'll be talking about, do entertainers have any social responsibility to the community they serve? We're going to talk to some people about that. But before we do, we're going to watch a quick video that's going to summarize it and tell it better than I can. Y'all watch this.
Jim Jones, you could do better, brother. Rick Ross, you could do better, brother. Meek Mill, you could do better, brother. I love you too much. I love you too much to not be honest with you.
Just like you see them now, they dress like you, walk like you, they talk like you, they want to bling bling like you, they want to do what you do. Suppose you do something better, I'm not going to tell you that I'm not going to ask you to do better. I love you, but I'm not satisfied. I love you, but I'm not satisfied that you are doing the best that you could. to raise the level of consciousness of those who feed from your lips.
Y'all give it up for the Honorable Miss Luz Farrakhan at D1. Now I tell y'all what, the minister made those comments over 20 years ago. And here go D1 just last month, making the exact same point almost 20 plus years later. So what we'll be talking about today is what is happening with the culture, what's happening with the music, where this same subject has to be revisited. I think there's a message in that for us to continue raising our voice. We stand in support of D1, and we're gonna have this conversation based on what that brother said on Sway in the Morning. So I'm ready to meet the guests. How about y'all?
Come on, bring them out, V, bring them out.
And I can't go another step forward because the Rockwell Radio Show would not exist if it wasn't for the producer, Big Dave Sea.
Oh,
my man over there.
Cut it out now.
So tonight he's gonna serve as my co-host. So Dave, are you ready to meet the guest tonight, my brother? You ready to meet the guest?
I think I am.
So to get it popping, Dave, I'm gonna need a beat. Give me a beat. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage for the first time on the Rockwell Radio Show. She hails originally from Florida and St. Petersburg. She is a spoken word artist. She serves her community here in the College Park area. Please welcome with the Rockwell Radio Show round of applause, my sister and yours, Black Honesty. Matter of fact, keep that beat, Dave. Keep that beat going, Dave. Keep it going. Keep it going, matter of fact. Coming up next to the stage for episode 100. This sister is a disaster preparedness expert. She is a mother, a wife, a social media influencer, and she's here with us to talk about the subject right now. Please welcome my sister Taquela Muhammad. We're not done. With us tonight is my brother. He is a strong helper here in the Southern region and assistant to the student Southern Regional Minister, Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad. He works in the ministry here in the city, and he is also a hip-hop head like yours truly. Please welcome Student Minister Jamoul Muhammad. Come on now, y'all. Now, all right, then let's go to work. We hear y'all episode 100. Now, obviously in that short introduction, I couldn't say everything that could be said about you all. So if you wouldn't mind, just share one additional quick fact about yourselves that I did not include in the introduction. We'll start from sister and we'll work our way this way.
Yes. It's a pleasure to be here on this beautiful evening with our host, DJ Rockwell, here at the Torchlight for America here in College Park. Again, I am Sister Victoria X. I also go by the name of Black Honesty. I have a love for hip hop. I started when I was probably like in grade school, in elementary school. I remember rapping, I remember singing, and then I started doing open mic, spoken word, and I've been doing that now for the past maybe 18 years, and I absolutely love it. I'm a mother of 4, have 4 sons. Like Sister Taquela, I also do emergency preparedness. I think that's so very important. Like the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to prepare, for this time that's to come. I'm writing a children's book, a poetry book, a bedtime story called Sweet Dreams Hakeem. I have a few things that I'm working on. And it's a pleasure to be here. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to my sister Taquela.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Again, thank you all for being here, and thank you for the opportunity. Number 100, so beautiful. Like I said, like my sister said, I enjoy disaster preparedness. That's the main thing for me. Inshallah, trying to have actual brick and mortar survival store soon. That's the goal. But like she said, I love hip hop, always have. Used to have the cassette tapes. I look that old, but
What's a cassette tape?
a cassette tape, CD player, all that. That's me, and music is highly influential in my life. I am a mother of 7. Oldest is about to be 18, and my youngest is about to be 2, and everybody's in between. So glad to be here. I feel like I can throw a little something in the bean soup pot, so I want to pass it right on. Thank you.
So Blake, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, beginning all things in the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful. I bear witness that there is no God but He, and that Muhammad is His messenger. It's good. 100? You didn't tell me all that, brother. I think you introduced me properly. I'm just your brother. I am a hip-hop head. I love hip-hop music, especially the era between 1985 and 1998. I like to tell people I'm a 70s baby, the 80s raised me, but the 90s made me, right? And hip-hop music was a huge part of that development. It is actually one of the first places, if not the first places, that I heard the name, the energy, and the influence of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So that would always, so as long as I'm a member of the Nation of Islam, which is forever, right? As long as the name of Minister Farrakhan is in our vocabulary, hip-hop music will also be right there with it because of his influence over the music. So that's why I'm here, brother. Thank you for having me.
All right, man. I see y'all that came in. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all sat in the back row, Glad. Welcome to the show. All right, now, let's get right down to it, Big Dave. Question 1, and I want to hear from everybody on this question. Question 1 is this. Research shows that the average rap fan is between the age of 18 and 34. And as we know, that's the age that is most easily influenced. In fact, the minister has said and quoted as saying that one rap song is the equivalent of 100 of his sermons. So if we put that in context, how powerful is this culture? And how would it potentially impact that age group if it was connected to the right message? Sisters?
Well, I guess I'll start. I just have to apply it to myself personally because it's like when I was asleep, not conscious. The type of music that I was interested in, and I was about maybe 17, 18 when I really started getting into the art. And I started off with like gangster rap, and being that I'm from Florida, y'all know there's a lot of, shaking music and all of that popping and stuff. I know. Yeah. So I put together a lot of that music too, so but when I became conscious and started, learning the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad through the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, it gave me a sense of responsibility. And so I was like, wow, do I really want to put this type of message out? Do I want to continue in this way? What am I doing to help my people? Is this helping my people? And when I started to assess that, I said, no, I'm going to have to change up. And my message became different because I wanted to wake people up. I wanted to give them answers to the problems that they face. And so here I am today, doing spoken word. And my spoken word, I gear towards, focused on giving solutions to the problem. So, yeah, we have a definitely a big responsibility. And at that age, like you said, 18 to, 20, 34, wow, definitely we are very, very influenced. And those who are gifted with the arts and culture of being able to express words and guide people through our arts, there is a responsibility there because we're very impressionable, especially at that age. So, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Can you read it one more time? I just want to make sure.
I'll put it into a more
concise
sentence. If that age group is so influenced by hip hop, what is their potential if they receive better hip hop? Let's just put it that way.
Absolutely. And again, I'm just like sis here. I'm gonna speak for myself. One of my biggest hip hop artists is Nas. I love Nas. And when I heard one of my favorite is what is it? If heaven. No, I love that one, but that's not the one. If heaven was a mile away, that was one of my favorite. I learned the words to that song the day that it came out. I listened to it. I got the lyrics offline. Back then, you had to write them down if you didn't have a printer. And just how he went into the song, the words that were said in the song, it just was like, I felt it. And so if the words were encouraging for the ages of 18 through 34, yes. I mean, we can do so much in this world with the youth because that music was in my mind. I remembered every word, every lyric. I thought I was a rapper. I cannot rap, but I thought that I could back then. But I just realized like I can memorize that. So imagine you telling them that they can be gods, that they can, rule the world, that they can go out and conquer. And they have this plan. It's almost like an affirmation being spoken, And so to me, that's the reason why it's so much going on in the world, because we're hearing hip hop, but we're being led in the wrong direction with that hip hop. We're being led down in avenues where we don't even know what's there. But because we think we know based off the artists that are expressing these things, we think that we know. We think we've been to the hood, ain't never been to nowhere, but somebody's saying this is what you about to experience, but then when you go, you thinking, yeah, I'm a Crip, and then you about to get shot somewhere. So I definitely think that if there was more powerful influences in the music for that age, that we would be on different levels with that.
Yeah, wonderful question. Me having just celebrated the 12th anniversary of my 34th birthday, I can relate to this question. That is a very particular age group that is extremely influential because of the cognitive dynamics that exist between those that are 18 and 34 years old. Psychologically, your brain doesn't finish developing until your early 20s. So everything that you're taking in up until that point and through early adulthood is extremely influential and valuable to the trajectory of the rest of your life. And music and art and culture has always been a major part of that. And having listened to hip hop music during that time frame, I speak hip hopanese, right? Somebody might ask me a question and I'll answer it in a lyric, like if heaven was a mile away, would I pack my bags and leave the world behind, right? I know that song because of driving in my car and listening to it and mentally meditating on whatever I was going on at the time. Hip hop is the soundtrack of those events. So if this generation had better and more social responsible hip hop, right? Just like in any generation, I mean, the possibilities are actually limitless because it is a repetitive, affirmative tool that can actually change the mindset, the mood, and the perception of people just with one song, right? So, wonderful question. You got some more like that? Okay, all right.
Before I move on, I want to shout out in the building with us tonight is my brother, Minister Server. Y'all make some noise for Minister Server with us tonight. We're talking about ATL hip-hop legend in the house real quick. When we open up the floor for our brother, I want him just to say a few words about who you are, what you've done. But let's keep it rolling real quick with this question. Did y'all know something happened in Jamaica last year? Big Dave, put that Jamaica slide up real quick. In Jamaica last year, check this out. In October of 2022, the Broadcasting Commission of Jamaica made the decision to ban all music that glorifies weapons, drugs, and violence. The intent was to cut down on content that gives and I'm quoting now what they said, that gives the impression that criminality is an accepted feature of their culture. Check that out. So I want to get two questions from that. And for this one, I'll break it down. I actually one for our sister Victoria and one for Brother Jamoul. I'll start with Sister Victoria on this one. Sister Victoria, what stands out to me with that news break is their why they said it. They said it was to avoid, and again, quoting them, is to avoid having their culture misrepresented. Is what we see in the mainstream rap society today an accurate representation of today's culture, would you say?
Wow. That's definitely a good question because that's something I've been thinking about and, just looking at the responsibility that we have as artists and the artists that are out there in mainstream media. This thing about sex, violence, crime, it's been blown up so much as if it's a beautiful thing and it's actually leading our youth in the wrong direction. And so I like what Jamaica is doing because it's putting, true hip hop, out there because when you look at hip hop, it's a way of life. It's a really righteous way of life, like the rap and the dance and, the way we dress in different ways like that. All of that falls under the umbrella of hip hop. So, and I think am I on point with the question? Alhamdulillah. So it's just like when we really, look at the reality of putting that positivity on, the hip hop, we're waking our people up. We're giving them solutions to the problems that we face. We're not glorifying, murdering, like black on black crime. And we're helping the man of God because this is what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is doing and has been doing. I remember when I started getting into hip hop and, he was doing the, what was it? He was doing the Stop the Killing tour, yes. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was so powerful, and I know that it made a great impact on the communities because there was a lot of black on black crime. There was a lot of, because I came from the projects. I was born, and at some times in my life, I was raised up in the projects where we had, like drive-by shootings, and we could be outside playing and have to just get down on the ground because somebody just spraying the whole complex of where we are. And, if I've seen people get killed and all of that. So I know the realness, the side of it that a lot of people may not be familiar with personally that you might just hear about in the music, but just seeing the positive side to wake people up and say, look, love your brother, love your sister, ye are all God's children of the Most High God, right. Which elevates the mind of our people into acting like gods, instead of what the enemy wants us to do, acting like Negroes, killing each other and all that. Yes, sir.
Brother Jamoul, let's swing the second half to you about that same situation and what they did there in Jamaica. Some might say, Brother Jamoul, that was a heavy-handed move. If it works, is it worth it?
Yes. To answer your question, Derek, if it works, it is worth it, right? I mean, what is the value of saving a life, right? What is the value of preserving a mind? That's invaluable. One of my favorite quotes from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is, he who prescribes the diameter of your thinking dictates the area or the circumference of your activity. Beautiful statement. So these affirmations and these repetitive images that go into the mind through the music or through the art and culture it's just reflective of the thinking, right? And so what is the cause of the thinking of the people? It is a reaction to how we feel about ourselves. So if the music was a reflection of actually who we are, right, in connection to this body of knowledge that the Nation of Islam represents, then the need to ban certain genres of music, right, if it reflected what we truly are, would be unnecessary, right? I think that all of it has a place, though, right? All of it has something that we can learn from because we are the people of God. So even in our most devalued state, there's God's hand on that condition, right? And that we can pull and we can learn from. But it's the glorification of it and then putting it in front of the masses of our people as if that is the only level that we exist on. That's the problem. So we need a diversity of music and expression.
I'll give it up for that round now. We about to take a break. Y'all, we'll be right back after this message.
What up with it, man? You already know what time it is. It's me, Young Kinda Don. I'm up in this thing.
This is Aziz, a kid Kareem, the Life Giving MC. Peace, everyone. This is Brother Anthony K. Muhammad, also known as A-Tone, the hip-hop historian.
Peace, family. What's going on? It's Brother Jabril, Brother Mustafa, Lord C Productions in the building.
I am your sister, Arian Nicole. Peace, peace, peace. It's your sister, Sue Axel. You're watching the Rockwell Radio Show. You are now tuned in live to the Rockwell Radio Show. Right now, you're listening to Rockwell Radio Show.
Rockwell Radio. If you ain't listening, man, you wasting time. You on all these other stations, you need to tap in. Rockwell Radio.
You know what it is. Watch them, watch them, watch them.
I'm here with Brother Rockwell, the Rockwell Radio Show.
If you ain't in the game, you in the stand. Stop playing, man. Let's go.
Coming up next week on the Rockwell Radio Show.
The Nation of Islam is so intimately close to hip-hop music because of the content that was in the music from the very beginning.
Because true hip-hop is a way of life and it's consciousness.
Like women like 60 Red, I don't judge her because I understand she's a product of where she came from.
When we introduce our people to themselves, right, we will lose the appetite for that which is counterproductive to what it is that this life is all about.
But particularly with our young people, we ask ourselves, where do we go from here?
The Rockwell Radio Show primarily exists as a platform to give exposure to NOI artists.
Can we stop labeling rappers in the Nation of Islam as NOI rap? Hip hop is hip hop.
Can I respond to that?